Hi, this is Annette Sullivan from Lavender Thoughts. Thanks for joining me today. I would like to show you some little quick tricks for creating ribbon flowers that you can put on your card, like this particular one here. You can see that it's not very thick, and that'll flatten down and be quite easy to mail if you want to mail it. Now, this particular one was made with some satin ribbons. And the reason that I've decided to do this video is in our current celebration catalogue, one of the items that you can earn for free is a combo pack of organdy ribbon. And in the catalogue there is a picture of a card that's made using the ribbon to create the flowers. And a couple of my followers have asked me how to do it. So I thought I would show you quickly how to put them together. There's no specific ways of doing it. I found the easiest way was just to start off with a piece of scrap cardstock and then use either tear and tape or fast fuse or some tape-like adhesive. Or if you really wanted to go all out, you could use a hot glue gun. The reason that I'm not using the hot glue gun is because I wanted to keep it fairly flat, and I figured that if I used the hot glue gun I would probably start to get a bit too three-dimensional, which is not what I was aiming to do. So we'll just start with the tear and tape. Just get it all ready here so that the whole surface is actually covered with the tape. Now I've got a piece of cardstock here that's about 5 centimetres or 2 inches square. Basically you just want to have one that's a little bit bigger than your main image, so you can start playing around with it there. Now the set of ribbons that come with the package in the celebration is this combo set, and there are 5 colours. We've got Balmy Blue, Lemon Lime Twist, Highland Heather, Pineapple Punch, and I think the other one is Grapefruit Grove. I'll just go back and check that. Yes, sorry, the yellow is actually Daffodil Delight. Alright, so I've actually made one up here already so that you can see what it looks like using the thinner ribbon as opposed to the thicker ribbon here, and you can see my little bit of scrap on the back there. So to start with, I am going to make sure that I've done well. I've stuck my piece of cardstock to the packet. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's try again. So just get a piece of scrap. Okay, now while I'm putting that, excuse me, putting the tear and tape on, this time I'm actually going to use fast fuse. Unfortunately it's not available anymore, but it'll just be quicker for me to show you how to do it. Now it's got the same incredible stickiness that the tear and tape's got, so provided you use something that's extremely sticky, you'll be right. Okay, now I've taken a piece of the Highland Heather that is half a metre, 50 centimetres, which is roughly probably about 20 inches. So to start with, I'm just going to fold it in half there and put that on the card. Now the other thing that is a must to have here are some mini glue dots, and I like to use a little pair of tweezers. Okay, so basically all you're going to do is just keep winding the ribbon round and just keep going round and pushing it onto your cardstock. And as you wind the ribbon round, that's what gives you the little bit of dimension that you want. Now I'm not going to do all these flowers because we'll be here all day. But what I will show you is you can see how that's coming together. Obviously it's going to stick to your fingers a lot. I'll just hold that with that. And just keep pushing it down on the adhesive as you go round. And if you get a little bit like this one, it came out too far, just push it back in. When you get round to the next layer there, you can actually push that back down. Now when you use a thicker ribbon, like the satin one there here, you'll see that there's actually a little bit more dimension in the flower. And that's obviously because you've got the thicker ribbon. And as you turn or twist the ribbon to go round, that's what gives you the dimension. So the little orange flowers are done exactly the same way as this, but for those I've only used a 10 centimetre or 4-inch piece of ribbon, and you can see on this one that they're quite small. Now your friend in all this are the glue dots, because they're what holds the end bits together and how you put them all together. Okay, so I'm just going to twist that last piece around. And just pop that on there. And now you can see we've got a nice little ribbon rose. So if we just take a piece of the orange one, and I'll show you a little trick for these small ones. So again, we're going to start the same way. Just fold that in half. Each corner's got the best amount of glue on it. Put that round there. And you can actually give this one a bit more dimension if you want, because it's smaller. And that's just going to go round like so. Now you can see there's a little piece sticking up there, which is fine, but if you don't want it sticking up, just grab yourself one of the mini glue dots and pop it under there and just put it down like that. Now our ends come up again for the same reason. So what I might do is I'm also going to cut that off there, get another glue dot and just squash it up a little bit, lift up that corner and put it in there. And so there we have our little orange one. Now for the yellow one, again, I just used about 4 inches, 10 centimetres, and it's based on knots. So you're just going to tie a knot like so, and then over the top of that you're going to tie another knot so that you get that extra dimension. Okay, so then that's going to be the top of our flower. So again, we'll get ourselves a glue dot. And I'll put that on the side there and take that down from the top. And that's going to be our flower. So I can just snip off those pieces and glue dot. And just pop that on the card there. So there we have our little flower, which is a little bit different. Now for our leaves, fairly basic. Now I didn't chop this off the roll. I thought this was easier just to do from scratch. So first of all, we get a glue dot and put it on the end of the ribbon. And you're going to fold that over, depending on how long you want your leaves. So we're going to have that about there. We're going to get another glue dot, put that on the top there, and bring this back like so. And then one more glue dot there. And bring that down over the top of that so that you've got 2 little leaves. You can then snip that off and pop that behind or on the front, depending on how you're going. Now, what I've done with this one, as you can see, it's funny odd shape on the back. Once I put all the flowers I wanted on here, I then just snipped away all the bits of the underlying cardstock so that you couldn't see them, and then I just popped the leaves on with a glue dot from underneath. So that's how simple it is to make these flowers. Obviously, if you want more involved flowers, if you're going to do lots of 3D type projects, you would probably want to use the thicker ribbon, because you can actually get a lot more dimension on that if you actually compare the two. Have a look at them. Let's see if I can get that so you can see them. So you'll be using a lot less ribbon with the thicker satin ribbon. But again, just little knots, little twirls, twist it as you go. Flip little bits up and down for your leaves, and that's basically it. So this is the card that I have actually completed. I'm using the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper, and I've just popped out some, punched out some of the sprig punch with Pear Pizzazz and put it on a piece of Very Vanilla on the front of my card. And there you have a pretty card. Now I will finish this particular one off the video, and I will have both of these made up in cards on my blog. So if you've got any questions, get back to me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my videos. I'd love if you'd leave a comment, or if you've got any comments you want to see, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.